Every time I did the dishes, I would secretly watch my adopted younger brother practicing martial arts in the yard, because at such a young age he could easily unleash sword energy. Seeing our father constantly praise him, I couldn't help but feel envious after they left. I picked up a pair of chopsticks and wanted to try it myself. I imitated his movements and swung hard at a distant leaf, but nothing happened. I felt a bit disappointed and wondered if girls really weren't meant to practice martial arts. What I didn't know was that after I turned around to leave, the sword energy I released actually split the ground open and even sliced the distant sect in half. This scene happened to be witnessed by a martial saint nearby. He couldn't believe such power came from just a pair of chopsticks. He immediately flew down from the rooftop to stop me and asked if I was willing to become his disciple. Without thinking, I refused him because my father had always looked down on me, and all I wanted now was to master the family sword technique and prove myself to him. The martial saint was furious, but still left a jade pendant, saying that if I ever changed my mind, I could crush the pendant and he would come for me. But that very night, my adopted brother decided to eliminate me to inherit the family fortune. He called me to the ancestral hall and set fire to the ancestors' memorial tablets right in front of me. When our father arrived, he pretended to burn his own hand to frame me. No matter how I explained, father thought I was lying. He carried out the family punishment on me. I thought my mother would speak up for me, but instead she accused me of being disrespectful and unfilial. Even my beloved fiancé sided with my adopted brother. Just like that, I was locked up in the forbidden area behind the mountain, enduring the pain of 1,000 arrows piercing my heart every day. 10 years passed in the blink of an eye. My adopted brother was about to become the young patriarch, and I was finally released. I returned to my room, only to find it hadn't been cleaned once in 10 years. Disappointed, I dug out the jade pendant the martial saint had left me, just as I was hesitating. I heard my parents talking outside. It turned out, in my mother's heart, the adopted brother was more important than her own daughter, and he would be the true heir of the family. Those words stabbed deep into my heart. I completely gave up, and finally realized no one in this family loved me. Without hesitation, I crushed the jade pendant in my hand. Meanwhile, the martial saint, who had waited 10 years since the pendant shatter, he immediately called his senior disciple and told him to prepare the herbs for awakening the sword soul. 3 days later, he would personally come to pick me up. That day was also my adopted brother's birthday, and the day father officially named him the heir. Father gave him the family sword manual as a gift. Mother and my fiancé both gave their blessings and gifts too. I watched all of this quietly, but since I was about to leave, I didn't care anymore. Just as I was about to leave, father spotted me. He scolded me for not preparing a gift for my brother's birthday. I didn't respond and turned to leave, but my fiancé stepped forward and blocked my way, saying he wanted to support my brother and was canceling our engagement. He even said my brother once saved his life. While I was irrational and unreasonable, I found that laughable. When he was gravely ill, all the doctors gave up. I used blood from my heart as a medicine primer and spent 3 days nursing him back to life, but my brother took the credit. Still, none of that mattered now. I told him he would regret this and turned to leave that night on New Year's Eve. I finally received a letter from the martial saint and was relieved I could finally leave this place. During the family's reunion, no one noticed I was gone until the final bell rang. Mother suddenly realized she hadn't seen me all night. When she asked about my room, the housekeeper said I had always lived in the storage room. Mother was stunned. She rushed there and